Hello and welcome to day 7, the final day of how to plot on one page. So this is the last day and we're going to bring all that theory together into practice. So to create a plot embryo, to use it to plot a story, you need a blank plot embryo structure. Now it's really important that you can't just write this out on lined paper. You can't just say this is quadrant A, this is quadrant B, because actually the important part is looking at how everything relates to one another. Because like I said, it's kind of like clockwork. You can't remove one piece and have it still work. And so the positions of things are really important and they will help you make new connections and see things in new lights, which is really important. So what I use and what I'm going to be demonstrating this with is a plot embryo principle, which I created. So this is super handy because it means that I can print out as many plot embryos as I like and just get started. There's no setting up, there's no drawing things out. It saves me a lot of time. But if you're not sure about the technique yet, or you're not sure you want to invest in that, you can absolutely get started using the plot embryo theory on a whiteboard, on a piece of paper, just draw around a jar, anything where you can recreate that structure. So I'm going to show you what a complete plot embryo looks like, and I'm going to use the Lego Batman movie to demonstrate. Now this is definitely going to spoil the movie, so if you're interested in that movie, and it's a really good movie, so I do suggest you watch it, you should go and watch it and then come back to this video. So there are 3 basic steps to completing any plot embryo. So you start with a pencil and you start adding in elements and comparing them to other parts of the plot embryo to see if they match up. Start generating new ones. Step 2 is to brainstorm any parts which you're unsure of, which are blank, which you can't figure out. And this just takes as long as it takes. Don't be discouraged if you've been working on it for half an hour or 40 minutes and you're like, hey, why haven't I finished this yet? You're building a whole plot. It's going to take a little bit of time. Even though you're still doing it on one page, it's super efficient to just do it on one page, but it's still a whole plot and it's still complicated and it still takes time. So don't be too hard on yourself. Step 3 is to write it up, and I do that personally by just writing over all the stuff in pencil in pen. You definitely want to back up your plot embryo, so you want to take a photo of it or photocopy it or copy it down somewhere else. And then when you want to write your story, you can either refer to that plot embryo directly or you can transfer it into a different outline format. Okay, I'm going to hand you across to my desk view and we're going to do this with the Lego Batman movie. Let's go! And we're back. So I hope that that helped you see everything together, see how it fits, get an idea of what it looks like to complete a plot embryo. Now obviously this was a heroic plot embryo, but the process of filling in a tragic plot embryo is exactly the same 3 steps. Now I want you to do a plot embryo for the most important story that you're working on right now. So maybe that's a short story, maybe it's the main plot of a novel, maybe it's just the biggest plot of an ensemble novel where you've got quite a lot of different threads going on. Whatever it is, I want you to sit down and make a plot embryo now and see how you get on. I'm really excited for you to try it out for the first time. Maybe it's not your first time, but this was such a game changer for me. I can't overstate it. The plot embryo can change your life. If you are totally jazzed about plotting with the plot embryo and you want to jump in head first, then I do recommend you go and check out and pick up my plot embryo printable. So this printable includes templates for both the heroic plot embryo and the tragic plot embryo, reference sheets for both the heroic and tragic plot embryos. It also includes a guide on how to use the templates, and finally a guide on how many plot embryos you need to do for any novel. So if you are looking to save yourself some time and energy with your plotting and using the plot embryo, you can go and pick up one of these. It's my printable. I love it. I use it all the time. I've printed so many, they're just dotted around my place. If you're still not sure and you still need some time to play about with the plot embryo yourself, test out some different formats, see what works for you, then that's totally cool. That printable will be there in my shop whenever you feel like investing in a bit of a shortcut for it. Thank you so much for joining me for How to Plot on One Page. It's been a blast. I hope you have enjoyed it over these 7 days and 7 videos as well. I hope it has been fun, but more importantly, I hope it has really helped you with your plotting and story structure. To me, story structure is like the most important thing about writing. It's the absolute first thing that everyone should start with, but I don't feel like people often talk about it in that way. And often people are told, hey, story structure is really important, but then they don't tell them what that actually means. So I hope you find this enlightening. If you are itching to see more videos from me, you can check out my YouTube channel. That will be linked below as well. And I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. Take care. Plot well. Oh my god, why can't I speak? And I'll... sirens. And